D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Also, down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to pretty much read them to you. So before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that we got the business portion out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? I wanted to talk about this. Okay. I wanted to do this story, but I didn't make a separate video because it was the holiday season and I got busy. And so now I have time, so I'm going to do it. So this comes from Deadline, and all of you have heard, but I wanted to talk about it because I have thoughts. So Bob Iger is back as CEO, and Bob Chapek is out. So it says, after less than a year in retirement, Bob Iger has returned as the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. The company's board has set out a notice that Bob Iger is back and recently re-upped Bob Chapek is out. I am deeply honored to be asked to again lead this remarkable team with a clear mission focused on creative excellence to inspire generations through unrivaled, bold storytelling, Iger wrote tonight in his email to staffers. I have really strong thoughts on this, and I want to tell you what they are, but just give me a second and let me read this article. Let me see how long. It's not. Oh, it is long. Oh, I thought it wasn't that long. We're not going to read this whole article. Sorry, it's been like a week since I read this article, so what we're going to do is I'm going to read a couple of things here, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on it. So I want to read this right here. So it says, the board has concluded that as Disney's embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely suited to lead the company through his pivotal period, said board chair Susan Arnold in the official announcement, where you can read that below. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Just a couple of weeks after a rougher than expected quarterly earnings report by the company, once an overachiever bowed by success in streaming, Disney stock has recently sunk in a multi-year low after executives warned of weak revenue and profit gains in the year to come, and also hefty expenses for streaming. The company's shares have lost roughly 40% in 2022 to date. Now, I just want to say real quick before I read any more. Overall, I think this is not necessarily the best idea. I mean, this is the problem with companies these days, and that goes for anybody. They kick somebody out, like, for instance, Bob Iger. They didn't kick him out, but he left, okay? Then they got Bob Chapek in. Now, I don't know if Bob Chapek was the best person for the job, but he's the person that they picked, and they were praising him up and down, even to the point where they renewed his contract. And yes, he was doing a lot of crap that pissed people off. And me, I don't go to the parks, and I guess that was a huge contention with a lot of people. I don't go to the parks. I'm too poor for that. But I just want to say, you hired him, he's doing a job, and you didn't give him that long to do it. I think he's been doing it for maybe like 2 years, a year, or whatnot. And you guys just expected to just overnight be a success. And a lot of the stuff that Bob Chapek had to deal with was because of Bob Iger's decisions. Bob Chapek was just doing the things that Bob Iger had set up. So it's not like he had a choice in the matter. He had to do them. You know, you have all these shows lined up for Marvel that sucked. You had all these movies coming down the pipeline. I'm sorry, Buzz Lightyear lost money. Strange Worlds lost money. It's going to lose money because they made bad choices. And this is all on Bob Iger, not Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek didn't choose Strange Worlds and Buzz Lightyear. Bob Iger did, and just didn't realize that those movies were not interested, movies that kids were not interested in, or at least their parents. And I'm sorry, as a parent, I'm not going to take my kids to that because I'm not interested in it. And I'm footing the bill for that crap. Now, as far as the parks go, I have heard a lot of people are upset because they keep nickel and diming people. They keep charging you they'll charge you like $40 for a bottle of water. And you're like, what? Calm it down. And that I get. I totally get that portion of the program. But I mean, come on, like, sometimes it's like, and Bob Chapek was successful in the parks beforehand, from what I understand. I don't know anything about the parks because I don't go to those. I ain't got money to be flying down to Florida or California to be going to a Disney World and stuff. So, all right, so let's go back down here. Let's see. Okay, it says, so given the considerable turbulence experienced by Disney since Iger left the corner office, and also given as well earned a reputation for being as smooth and diplomatic a leader as Chapek could be, an awkward and blithe one, Iger was repeatedly asked if he would consider an encore. And then I don't miss the job, Iger declared during a September sit down at the Code conference. Retirement is great. I have vastly different life than before, much more air in my day. I'm not going to go through this whole article just because it is rather lengthy. I will just say one more thing also is that what was I going to say? Shoot, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought, you guys, in this reading this article. Yeah, I can't think of what it was. Back when their earnings were up a little bit, everybody was super happy. And like I said, they gave him a bonus and they kept him on and stuff. But I don't know, man. Is this a good idea? That I don't know. Oh, I wanted to talk about the Florida Parental Protection Act, or whatever it was called. What they're saying is the Don't Say Gay bill. Bob Iger was all like, oh, it's wrong. And Bob Chapek was all like, we're not getting involved. They should not have gotten involved in that. I think that Disney has a good deal in Florida and they should stop fucking with that. Don't smack the hand that feeds you. Okay. Because, or whatever that saying is, I can't think of what it is. I'm sorry. They shouldn't have gotten involved. Disney needs to stop getting involved in politics. They need to stop doing it. Because whether you agree with that bill or not, don't get involved. Pay your money to both sides so you can get, and now they're going to have to start paying sides to the Republican side because Florida has turned red. I know I'm getting political a little bit. They have turned red in this last midterm election. So you're going to have to be really, kissing some Republican butt in terms of Florida goes. So Disney needs to stop, when you F around, you find out, as that video said. And Disney does not want to find out because something tells me that Ron DeSantis is not one to be messed with. So when it comes to terms of this, is it a good idea? I don't know if it's a good idea to have Bob Iger come back or to just bring somebody new on, but they've chosen Bob Iger, and hopefully he turns it around and Disney is all the better for it. And if not, it's very obvious that Bob Iger was not the best choice, but he needs to not just go on another spending spree. A lot of people want to put that crap out there, and that's not good for anybody. All right. That's all I want to say for that. Tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about, Bob Iger leaving Disney or Bob Iger coming back to Disney and Bob Chapek leaving Disney? Is this something you're bummed about, or do you just not care? Are you like, whatever, dude, who cares? Screw Bob Chapek? Or are you like me and you like, well, Chapek was doing a lot of stuff that in the movie and TV stuff that Bob Iger had set in motion. He just had to go with it. The park stuff is Chapek's faults for sure. I'm pretty sure they'll alleviate some of that. All right, tell me what you guys think about this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind if you're new to my channel. Please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys. You guys have a good week. Bye.